into the game.
Over here on the left bottom side of the map, of course, our blue Terran representing Axiom Esports. In my opinion, the best performing player in the round of 32. He was an absolute monster. It is Axiom's heart. Great, and now Xigua has 38 APM. Like, I'm on the money, man. Like, zero. He's just making fun of me now, isn't he?
Hart almost hit 400. There he goes.
Yeah, there we go.
He's going crazy again. And of course, he is our red Zerg player in the Northeast. And you said the lone man from China. It is Invictus Gaming's Xigua.
Of course, later in the round of 16, we will have Toot Ming as well, the very exciting Chinese Zerg player who had a great run last season in WCS America round of 16. Was so close to make it to the round of 8. Fell short in the end, but he played great. He also recently participated in MLG Anaheim, so he's just staying over. He's like, you know what? If I'm going to America, I want to go big. I'm going to go to 2 tournaments.
Get the full experience, Roddy. Not a bad choice at all. And on this map, we know Reapers aren't crazy good, but Heart's going to open up with what seems to be a Reaper opening.
Are you expecting a single Reaper, or is Hart the guy that likes to go 3 Reapers?
So, it's kind of interesting that you bring that up, because we've seen this trend where there was the 3 Reaper play that was really, really popular for a short while, but it was when we had maps like, you know, Heavy Rain in the pool, and, you know, to a lesser extent Star Station. But in this map, with the way that the meta is currently going, 1 Reaper is a really good play, and then just going straight for the reactor, going for Hellbats off 2 bases, and really, really turning up the pressure quite a bit. But Xigua, it also comes down to what he expects and what he scouts. I don't think Hart necessarily will go for a single Reaper, because I know he likes to be aggressive. So 2, 3 Reapers isn't bad, but single Reaper is getting more and more standard.
Of course, the follow-up will truly be all that matters. I'm expecting Hart to perhaps, you know, adjust a little bit to what is currently popular in this matchup as well, and that is staying on 2 command centers a little while longer than we used to. Either way, we see that the SCV is moving to the south side or to the low ground, and we'll be able to drop that command center soon. Xigua is checking. He's going to see that Reaper leave, and no, it's going to be a quick factory follow-up. Just a single Reaper for Hart.
Yeah, alright. Well, this isn't really that bad. And like I said, this is getting more and more popular on a map where there's also not really a lot of space for a Reaper to jump around into that main, and most Zerg players can defend Reapers pretty easily on this map. Say, hey, if I'm not going to get any damage done, why invest in more than 1? This guy can get all the scouting information that I really need. And the most important bit he's about to find out is, of course, that this gas was taken. So as long as the Reaper knows that, he didn't quite see the extractor, but I'm sure he noticed the spawning pool shimmering, which will give him all the information he really needs.
Yep, of course, whenever the spawning pool is researching speed, it's wiggling a little bit, and everybody knows that, at least on this level, Nate. He doesn't have to see the gas. Would have been nice, of course, to see if there are still drones on gas, you know, in case Xigua would have decided to go with a ridiculously quick bailing bus, which is normally not something you do on this level, but every now and then, even Violet very recently busts it out. It can be good if you expect your Terran opponent to play very greedy.
This Reaper's gonna poke against these Zerglings, not able to, you know, sometimes it's nice to get the Lings across map, you can delay the command center, but nothing to be done there. And there's still just 1 gas for Hart, which doesn't really suggest that he wants to go straight for a fast tech. He could still get an armory at a reasonable time since he has the starport on the way and close to 100 gas. But this could still be 3 command centers.
So far, there's nothing but drones for Xigua. But once more, if you guys are slightly unfamiliar with him, he is definitely the type of Zerg that is capable of making a big swell of Lings in the face in the game where he expects that he can do something with them, and like just trying to go for a surround on the Hellions, trying to go for a run by, hide them in a corner and wait until the Hellions make their way across the map. That is not the case this game, as we can see the additional hatcheries going down as well. And up to this point, it is still nothing but drones for our Chinese Zerg.
Yep, these Hellions with the Reaper should be able to defend these few speedlings
the
pretty easily. And we already got our tweet coming in from Proper Wolfie, wishing Hart some luck. Thanks to you guys' tweets with hashtag WCS. Getting shown on the stream, getting the love shown to everybody. But this is cool.
Doubling your Twitter following.
I thought he was gonna go Cloak Banshee. That's Cloak Banshee it's like a Hart build to do. But with the Hellions, and it's pretty popular amongst a lot of Korean players. But this Fast Viking, a little bit more Pult-esque, and
it's kind of interesting because he's leaving a few units at home. It seems like Hart is a little bit worried about a crazy Zergling Xigua counterattack. Perhaps he has done his homework on this Chinese Zerg. Must say I love those player shots, by the way. It looks awesome. And Heart's keyboard is pretty cool as well.
Those Axing guys actually have those sick keyboard layouts. But this Viking, we know how good it is when we see players like Pult use it. You clear out the Overlords, you don't let them know what you're doing. And Heart's follow-up to all of this in his opening, as aggressive as it is, it's not aggressive in the way that we typically expect. He's gone for a fast medevac after this Viking. The Overlords, there are no Overlords that will see this medevac until it's already boosting into the main base of Xigua. And it could just be a straight-up Hellion drop. He does not have... Actually, it's going to be... It's going to be 7 Marines.
Yeah, 7 Marines, it's like, it's okay. It's all come down to execution, of course. But then we also see the command center as follow-up for Hard and to engineering base. If he loses all these units, Nate, and he doesn't really do a whole lot with it, I wouldn't be surprised at all to see Xigua try to counterattack on the other side of the map.
Yeah.
Of course, our Chinese Zerg does not have the information that we have. We've seen the medevac making its way into the base. He's going to try to pull the Zerglings out of position. And of course, use the Hellions to perhaps swing into either the natural or the turret and try to kill some drones. And it's still drones on the production tab now for Xigua. So he's working with very, very few Zerglings, Nate. Only 13 of them. He's going to have to be a little bit careful over here.
Yeah. I like that during this, the Viking gets an extra kill, but those Hellions press the front, transferring drones have to run away. The third base is complete, as you mentioned.
No.
But these workers, they need to run, Roddy. Hellions coming in. Solid split so far, though, and the Zerglings are going to come up, and they should be able to clean up at the same time. Stim is finished. There's Marines in the main base of Xigua, and Hart, he's bringing the pressure, delaying a good amount of mining. He sees the layers on the way.
Yeah, the drop in the main is actually doing some serious work. Beautiful positioning there as well, using the extractor and the mineral line to make it a lot harder. These Zerglings are really going to have to swing around, otherwise they'll never take care of this drop. This is still not going to be enough for Xigua. Xigua definitely overdid it in the drone department this game, Nate, and he's paying the price for it right now.
So many drones being picked up, at least so much mining time too. The Queen manages to take a few shots for the team, but now the Hellions can go up front, and it's just a couple of Queens to fight against this, which allows him to pick off a few more drones, and suddenly Hart is just putting himself in a better and better position. He's re-landed that drop inside of the main base. He just stims forward, and I mean, I'd almost like to see him, if these drones run away again, just work on that spawning coil, because there's so few Zerglings here to defend against this. You might even have time to kill that, but there's not even a Queen here to defend. So many workers getting killed.
Yeah, quite a few workers have gone down, 15 in total. Of course, Xigua is still in a reasonable position because he made so ridiculously many workers, but he never killed the Hellions on the other side of the map. He didn't even kill the Marines. If we take a look at the units lost resource tab, we can see that 49 units have fallen for a Zerg player and only 4 for the Terran. Needless to say, this went very well for Hart. If Xigua would have, instead of making like 7 additional drones, make 7 sets of Zerglings, I really think he would have had a much easier time. He might be able to surround those Hellions immediately, and he will be able to clean it up. He's going to lose another Queen in the main. Wow, Xigua seems like he's falling apart a little bit, and Hart is playing phenomenal so far.
Yeah, just killing drone after drone. The armory is done. He can move into those +2. Even those Hellions can become Hellbats here. This has been a great cost-effective use of these Hellions because he's kept the Zergling count so low. There's a bit of a counter at the third, but I mean, even SCVs and medevac support can kill those Zerglings.
Yeah,
this
it's only 2
base.
Zerglings. This is actually very, very dangerous for Xigua. He's morphing 9 Banelings now. He has 38 Zerglings, but he needs those Banelings, and he needs them now. The Queens are taking a lot of damage. Transfuse will land. A couple of Banelings going to try to wiggle in. The army is clumped up though, so okay. This was reasonable for Xigua. Could have gone a lot worse.
But there's still this drop in the main base, cleaning up Zergling after Zergling. Both players have +1 upgrades, but Xigua has not been able to start any additional upgrades. He's got his Spire, but he's had to produce so many Zerglings, he can't invest the resources into producing Mutalisks, which allows these medevacs to just fly everywhere.
Yep, and there's just more and more Zergling, or excuse me, bio units streaming across the map for Hard over here. You can just see it in the supply cap already. It's 74 army supply currently against only 49. Couple of Banelings will try to roll in from the high ground. That's actually quite cute. And Hard is not really paying attention. These Banelings getting, oh my god, fantastic connections, but I'm not even sure if that is enough.
Yeah, these Marines are still standing strong. Now the Banelings get a few more hits, but picks up into the medevac and these Marines in this choke point. This first drop,
god.
These Marines...
Look at the kill counts on these Marines. That is ridiculous. It was like 11, 14, and 10. That is the most cost-effective first drop I've ever seen. A couple of these Banelings do get really juicy connections though, but that one drop, ridiculous. 144 units killed.
Those Marines are the real heroes of this game, Roddy. And now the Banelings and Zerglings moving out, but There's no creep here to fight on. Widowmine picks off a nice chunk of Zerglings as well, and
Not a single overseer on the map. Xigua only with 44 drones currently. If he would have wanted to make something happen, he would have to absolutely demolish the force of Hard. But that is, of course, not going to happen, as Hard has played phenomenal. His economy has been completely uncontested, other than those 2 happy Zerglings during that first attack. Great game by Hard, and Xigua, like I said before, Nate, I really think he just overdid it in the drone department, and he had to pay the price for it. He didn't have enough information to play that greedy, and it didn't work out.
no, this drop, I mean, this force in the main base is still just fighting so well by that tower. Widowmine shot kills a couple Marines too, but the Marauders up front, even if the Banelings don't hit the Marauders, all the Zerglings are fighting them, and that just allows these Marines to focus everything down. Hart is in such a good position. His +2 attack has done these. Everything just dies. GG.